Hey, friends, Michael Kingswood here, and we've been away for a few days. Haven't done the Kickstarter update streams because a couple different reasons. A, the last 3 or 4 days have been chock a block, even with yesterday being Sunday, Lord's Day. Um, just chock a block getting stuff done. Because there's been a lot to do between now and next week when I leave for my reunion trip slash sailing trip with my buddy. And also just general busyness. Also, there hasn't been a whole lot to talk about with the campaign in a couple of days. Um, so let's go ahead and get right into it so I can show everybody where we are. Where we are is actually pretty good. Um, let's have a look over at the campaign page. Why don't we? Boom. This is, of course, the update for my 52 Stories in 2023 Volume 4 campaign over on Kickstarter, which has been going almost a week now. Next tomorrow, Tuesday at noon, will have been a full week. And as you can see, we are well past the first goal. Right, we set the first goal at $200 to make it easy, and also just to be in line with what they've done for these other ones. And we're already well past that, over the $300 mark. So 156%, I believe, is the funding stats where we are, which means we are well on our way to the stretch goals. Hey, stretch goals are good. The first stretch goal comes in at the 500 mark because that's where I put it. Seems like a reasonable thing. And then the next one, if we can get to a grand, that'd be awesome. Right now, the whole kick tracker projector thing is projecting we might get to a grand, but and we'll see about that. That'd be awesome. But I think the first stretch goal certainly is doable. There's certainly a whole bunch of folks who are following the campaign who will get notifications toward the end, who will be, I'm sure, super psyched to contribute towards the end of it. But right now, we're in the central doldrums of the campaign. What happens with Kickstarter campaigns, if you follow them at all, you get an initial spike up and then a kind of slow trickle in the middle, and then another spike at the end as people who have been following or waiting come in. Some people don't like the back campaigns unless you're sure they're going to fund. Some people are like, maybe I'll do it, come back later, and so you generally get some of those portion of those folks who do come around at the end. So it's been pretty good so far. I met the initial goal in less than 6 hours, and creeped up till where we are at now over the next day, and now we're just seeing where it goes. Do these streams periodically to keep people updated, and of course continue pimpage as much as we can. But it's been fun. It's been a good time. What happened this weekend in the Kingswood abode? Did a lot of dad stuff. Getting the kids where they need to be. Of course, did church. Did a bunch of driving, making cash flow money in the Uber land, and did some more writing, of course, this week. Completed the weekly story yesterday with story number 42 on the year. So obviously greater than the 40 that would be required for this campaign to be worthwhile. So we got this campaign filled, plus a little bit because be continuing on. This campaign's going another 2 weeks, at least another story each week, and then through the end of the year, we are going to more than meet the 52 story goal. So volume 5, which will wait to do the whole campaign for until the year is complete, so I know exactly how many stories I've got to work with there, is for certain going to take place. And there may be a little bit of extra since we are crushing the writing so well. So all's well. All's going pretty darn well with the campaign, and thanks a lot to everybody who has supported so far. What else is there to say and talk about? Well, a couple things. Let me show you this real quick. Those of you who have been around in my world for a while know that this is not the first campaign I've done with 52 stories in a year thing. The first one I did was a couple of years ago. That was over on Indiegogo. Actually, no, they did that campaign. Yeah, 2022, end of 21. They put it out in 22 for the 50 stories from the Great Challenge, which was my first 52 stories in a year challenge, which I did that all in one big collection, which in retrospect was awesome, but it also is more fun to do it in individual collections like I have been doing this year. Because it makes it easier to more get more tangible signs to myself that I've been truly making progress above and beyond the check marks on the tally board, but also to the reading public at large. How much more fun is it to be able to get 5 volumes instead of one? How much? Yeah, I think so. But anyway, I completed that whole thing a year and a half ago, and then over on the Storytime podcast, as you know, we've been reading the stories from those one a week for just over a year because there were some breaks in between. And I compiled all those into a big audiobook, which is now available everywhere. This is the page over on Audible where you can find it. And hey, look at that. Stories from the Great Challenge, 52 stories in 52 weeks is out there. Of course, you can get the paperback and the hardcover and everything else, but it's also now out there an audiobook. And look at that. It's 20 hours of my dulcet reading tones, reading my stories. Read by the author is a cool thing. And I thought people would dig it. So you can find it on Audible. You can find it over on Apple, Google Books. It goes out to Google, I think to Google Audiobooks as well. Everywhere that you can send audiobooks, pretty much it's where you can find it. So that's cool. Is what other audio books of mine. As you can see, there's a bunch of them. Hey, look at that. Ooh. We just put out The Necromancer's Lair, which is a novella that I finished reading over on the Storytime a couple weeks ago. And then you got Gloomy Veil books, all kinds of short stories, short story pen pack. Hey, Story Time with Michael Kingswood. That's my podcast. And another fun novella, Veritas Morte. All kinds of good audiobooks out there. Just figured I'd share that because why not? But that's nothing to do with the Kickstarter per se, except that indirectly, well, it's related, but just more reasons to go, more ways you can find cool stuff that I've put out there that I wrote that you will love. Right. So that's what's going on. More to follow as the campaign progresses. We hit the official 1 week mark tomorrow at noon Pacific time, and going to be fun to see how we crush from here on out. This next week coming up, we'll do a number of these update streams, mainly as events require. I mean, don't know that we need to spend too much time coming in here to stream just to say, hey man, nothing moving on the campaign. But if we get some more movement, which I trust we will, we'll do that. And if there's something cool to share, we'll do that too. Next Wednesday, I am flying out of town, and it's my high school reunion, and then helping my buddy sail his sailboat down the East Coast after that. So I will be out of pocket. Be out of pocket for the end of the campaign on Tuesday the 24th. But we'll figure out a way to update everybody, whether through a stream from the sailboat, or if I can figure out how to do that, we probably have a mobile app. Actually, I have my laptop with me. If we have good connection, depending on where we are, maybe I'll just stream from the boat. That'd be cool. More to follow as that goes. But we'll come back tomorrow, I think, as well. In the meantime, and oops, let's get rid of that. Giving out the update, and as I say, we'll further updates as things happen. So I think that's all I got for you right now. Thanks for your support. Thanks for being here. And I will see you next time. Till then, don't do anything I wouldn't do.